Today on the list, homemade pasta that's easy to make yourself, libraries filled with more than books, and why breath exercises are essential for mental health.
Just spending those 5 minutes can actually help you be more focused.
Plus,
dang it!
How to keep the inside of your car clean.
Let's be honest, it's better than using your console.
But up first, the new technology powering this green community. It's your life, it's your list, and it starts right now.
Hey everyone, I'm Christina Guerrero.
And I'm Jimmy Rhodes. And KG, most of us try to do at least a little something for the environment, even if it's just buying a reusable water bottle or taking it easy with a thermostat.
Yeah, but one guy is putting us all to shame. He created an entire community of homes that raises the bar on green living.
A look at how his planet-friendly development was designed and built is our featured story at the top of the list.
Most of us want to do our part. We try to recycle or drive an electric car. But what if you and your neighbors all did more together?
A smart home starts with a really well-designed home that's designed for its place and its context.
Architect and developer Jason Boyer's dream was to build an entire green community, and he did. It's called Karma, and it's in the heart of Phoenix, Arizona.
I thought an infill community could be timeless and well-designed and really enhance the good qualities of the neighborhood that already existed.
In an effort to leave a small footprint, Karma designed one block of two-story homes that are all 90% more energy efficient than the average new build home.
We're just doing a few smart things. We added solar panels on this home. We've introduced skylights to naturally ventilate the space.
Those things, those lifestyle things, further impact the sustainability of a place.
Jason wanted to bring modern design and efficiency into the city, and said that's exactly what his buyers were after too.
And that's really what Karma's about, is creating a home that's highly flexible, that allows you to live in a more intentional way.
And with great intention, he turned 3 one-story properties into 11 two-story homes.
It's understanding, where the lights come from, where the sun is. There's a lot of little tricks you can do. When you came in today, you came in at the center of the house, and then you exploded with this light.
And it feels like a wide open space.
His designs push the green envelope not only for today, but also for tomorrow.
If you show up with no electric vehicles, in a few years, you're probably going to have at least 1 and maybe 2. And so all of our homes are equipped with electric vehicle chargers.
He also included what he calls the smartphone of electrical panels.
Karma is the first community in the country to integrate SPAN technology, which is the electrical backbone of homes, in all homes.
It's so smart it allows you to control it so the home maintains the lowest levels of energy use.
They basically reinvented the electrical panel. It's controllable from your iPhone. I could literally look at my home and say what's consuming what and at what rate, and I could shut off everything except the refrigerator and the air conditioner.
Finally, he hoped that creating a community of like-minded neighbors would create synergy.
There's this sort of common bond that's established between the people that have chosen to live here, that they can live in a more cost-effective way, in a way that's more responsible to the environment.
Jason hopes it inspires other communities as well.
For me, as the architect and developer, it's sort of rewarding to see people relish in those environments, that they're really proud of what they own.
Living and loving the earth as a community is at the top of the list.
A new book called Black People Breathe is all about using meditative tools like mindfulness and breath work to help people of color work through stress and trauma. We talked to the author about how she found these methods, how they've impacted her life, and how we can all benefit as well.
Z. Clark earned a BA in economics and an MBA at Harvard.
I spent over 20 years leading teams at Fortune 500 companies and startups in Silicon Valley.
But she felt alone.
I was usually the only woman in the room, the only Black woman or Black person in the room, on the floor, at the whole company. And as a result, I experienced a number of microaggressions.
Working hard to prove her worth, she eventually burned out.
Which led me to go to India to train in tools like breath breath work, mindfulness.
Z wrote this book, Black People Breathe, containing relaxation techniques she learned in India, which now helps her deal with challenges. For example, microaggressions. Z gives us the dictionary's definition.
It's a common interaction that subtly or unconsciously or unintentionally expresses a prejudiced attitude towards a member of a marginalized group.
Z says coworkers have made comments like this.
Wow, you speak so well. Or you went to Harvard? Or, are you the new diversity hire? These subtle comments, actually, they hurt a lot.
And she remembers a conversation with a higher up.
I had a boss when I first started a job, and he pulled me aside and he said, I just want you to know I didn't hire you because you're Black.
She says she knows his intentions were good, but it still stung.
Also, reaching in to touch my hair. I'd say that's also something that happens a lot, and people need to respect other people's personal space.
Next, Z says the chronic stress from microaggressions can impact health.
Studies show that microaggressions, racism, those are the direct cause of our higher rates of high blood pressure and heart disease in African Americans.
She says racial tension can also accelerate aging.
Did you know that Dr. Martin Luther King was 39 when he passed, but the autopsy showed that he had a heart of a 60-year-old?
And mental health.
It can cause anxiety, depression, hypervigilance.
Here's how meditative tools can help.
What I found was, one, a sense of inner peace that I had never experienced in my entire life.
When Z returned from India, she realized these tools helped.
Whether I was in traffic or whether I was at work experiencing microaggressions.
Here's a breathing exercise she uses the most.
I use 4-7-8 breathing. That's when you inhale for a count of 4, you hold your breath for a count of 7, and you exhale for a count of 8.
It stimulates part of your nervous system. You know, the fight or flight reflex we all have?
This breathing practice helps to calm the mind, calm the nervous system.
Z says just a few minutes can make a big impact.
More focused. Be less triggered when you get that email that didn't land right.
And that's a look at a book that may help people achieve more inner peace so they can breathe a bit easier.
You hear a lot about the innovations going into new cars, but those aren't the only ingenious upgrades that can sweeten your ride. Addie D. Jamal is test driving some must-have car gadgets.
It doesn't matter if your ride is state-of-the-art or a rusty old clunker. We found some affordable car gadgets to make your trip safer, more convenient, and even more fun. First up is the Fantic X8 tire inflator. It's battery operated and works on almost all cars. This device has a built-in air pump that allows you to set the correct tire pressure. You just hit a button. It recharges via USB and can fill most car tires in less than 3 minutes.
And the really cool thing about this pump is it comes with a built-in LED flashlight and some adapters so you can pump up those basketballs and pool floats.
You can find the Fantic X8 online for about $80. Next up is the seat gap organizer. This prevents items from falling into your car's black hole.
Dang it!
This tight-fitting contraption includes space for your smartphone, keys, and other items.
It's snug and no more losing anything in between the seats. And it even has a spot for your loose change.
You can choose different versions for both driver and passenger side. It's available online for $26. Next up, avoid a nugget sauce nightmare with the Sauce Moto fast food sauce holder. Featured on Shark Tank, this clips onto any car air vent where it securely clasps your condiments.
Then just dunk and enjoy yourself.
You can find a 2-pack online for about $11. Which brings us to our fourth useful car gadget, the tissue visor.
If you're anything like me, your car is not protected from any kind of liquids or spills, but instead of putting your napkins in the glove compartment like I've been doing, you can keep it right here in front of you.
While not new, these are perfect for carloads of kids or just tidying up your ride.
Missed the spot.
It costs right around $12 online. No one likes a messy car, so we'll wrap with a trash can packed with car-friendly features.
It's got a really great lid, and it's huge, so you can drop anything of any size in here just about. It's leak-proof, and let's be honest, it's better than using your console.
It has easy-to-use quick-release buckles and mounts anywhere.
Boom.
We found ours for about $20 online. Riding in style.
See you later, guys.
With helpful car gadgets.
Still to come on the list, homemade pasta that's worth its weight in gold.
I call them pillows of gold.
And what makes this library so beautiful?
Works of art from nearly 50 American painters and sculptors.
Plus, Allison Brie and the cast of Somebody I Used to Know.
We were really inspired by what we consider the classics from our youth in the 80s and 90s.
All that and more ahead on the list.
Hey friends, welcome back. Jimmy, I think we can all agree that eating a good pasta is pure joy.
I do agree, and even better, making it can be a lot of fun too.
Yeah, Jackie Danker dished with an acclaimed chef to learn how to make one of his most beloved pastas, pillows of gold.
Food may be the fastest way to a man's heart, but for many, pasta is a universal love language.
The greatest joy of my life is to make delicious food and make people happy with it. My grandmother taught me that.
Celebrity chef Adam Sobel is a contestant on Food Network's Tournament of Champions Season 4, which debuted in February. He took some time to show us how to prepare one of his favorite dishes.
They're tortellini stuffed with prosciutto cotto, sheep's milk ricotta, and Parmesan, and I call them pillows of gold. This is something our viewers can make at home. Having a pasta machine helps out big time.
First, we need to know how to make the tortellini. You can make this by hand by the recipe on our Facebook page, or you can just buy ricotta stuffed tortellini at the grocery store.
We roll out the sheets of the pasta, and then we'll pipe the ricotta onto the pasta, fold them over, cut them out with a fluted ring. That's how you get these beautiful ridges.
Next, Chef Sobel tells us how to make the prosciutto brodo, which is a broth stock hybrid.
We take the prosciutto trim and the rinds of the Parmesan, and we simmer them with chicken stock and make a beautiful brodo.
When the brodo is done, remove the cooked prosciutto, chop it up, and save it for later. And if this is all too complicated, worry not.
If you don't have the ability to make the brodo, my mom just does butter and a little bit of water and glazes her tortellini that way.
And now we have our key components. Let's prepare the dish.
So we start off by cooking our tortellini. Pasta takes about 3.5, 4 minutes to cook.
While that's cooking, let's start up the prosciutto brodo glaze. Once the brodo gets good and hot, we need to add some butter.
Pretty healthy amount of butter. See, building that emulsion. That's going to glaze the tortellini.
Next, we are going to add the pasta to the brodo glaze.
Cook the pasta about 95% of the way, and then we finish the cooking process in the glaze.
The last step is to take the prosciutto that we saved from earlier and add it to the tortellini.
Okay, that's exactly where we want to be.
And now all that's left is to plate it.
We just want it to be nice and clean, kind of center of the plate. Make sure the pasta is glazed beautifully.
And to finish it off with an aged balsamic vinegar.
You've got all this magic going on, and that is the key to a successful dish. It's balance.
Pillows of gold tortellini from the comfort of your own home.
Well, when you think about libraries, you probably think about books on shelves. But the fact is, guys, some are beautiful buildings filled with history. Teresa Strasser is taking us on a tour of some of America's most amazing libraries. Teresa.
Thank you. These libraries don't just hold a vast amount of knowledge, they are also architectural wonders. Our first stop is the Seattle Public Library in Washington.
It is a landmark within the city to come visit and photograph.
This 11-story modern marvel comes alive with natural light thanks to its beautiful diamond-shaped windows.
The indoor garden and nature-themed carpet give this room an outdoorsy feel.
It also contains art installations between levels.
You can find the artwork Northwest Screen by James H. Fitzgerald and Margaret Tompkins there.
For more info, you can visit spl.org. Next on our list is the New York Public Library in Manhattan.
May 23rd, 1911, and it's the opening day of the library. It's a huge deal. People have been watching this building go up for more than a dozen years.
This iconic structure is a designated landmark and I think you can see why.
The proportions are beautiful, and there are all these welcoming touches.
The building also includes several appealing floors.
Proceeding into the Rosemain Reading Room, that is the most majestic space in the library.
And amazing art.
This space is decorated with a cycle of murals.
For more info, check out nypl.org. Last on our list is the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C.
The world's largest library.
In its historic location, you'll find not only books, but also
maps, sheet music, photographs and prints, sound recordings, motion pictures, and manuscripts.
And astonishing design details.
Its elaborately decorated interior, embellished by works of art from nearly 50 American painters and sculptors.
If you want more info, visit loc.gov. And those were 3 libraries that take book learning to another level. Lots more to come on the list. Stay with us.
Watch The List anytime.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Learn to play a new sport.
Here we go.
Try a new recipe.
That is like a warm hug. I love it.
Find money-saving tips.
So you're saving money while you're making money.
All on YouTube. Plus, you can watch The Guest List, our exclusive online-only series with extended cuts of The List's celebrity interviews. Go to youtube.com, search The List Show TV, and hit subscribe.
We are back, and today on the watch list, we're catching up with Dave Franco about the new movie he directed, Somebody I Used to Know. Now, this is a romance with a twist, but not just on screen. The co-writer and one of the stars is his real-life wife, Alison Brie.
Allie?
Sean! Oh my God!
The new movie, Somebody I Used to Know, is about a woman who runs into her ex, but just as she thinks their romance is rekindling, it's revealed he's engaged.
To Sean and Cassidy.
We spoke with the cast and director to learn more.
Don't get me started.
The film is a coming-of-age story that mixes romance, comedy, and drama.
Romedy.
Like a dramedy.
Drama with comedy.
Yeah.
Romedy.
There she is.
We really set out to make a romantic comedy. We were really inspired by what we consider the classics from our youth in the 80s and 90s. Your When Harry Met Sally, My Best Friend's Wedding.
Marry Me.
When people ask me about it now, I am sort of like, it's a rom-com with a heavy dose of drama.
I need to see this through, whatever it is.
You mean like with you and the groom?
I mean, we can just call him Sean.
Dave Franco directed the movie and wrote it with his wife, Alison Brie.
Your co-star is the co-writer who is also married to the director. What was the onset experience in that regard?
The way you said it makes me hate it. Yeah.
Hi, you're still here.
It was almost like, sorry Dave, having 2 directors in a sense.
Sure.
You know, like being able to bounce off of you, knowing where you're going with it and how you imagined it when you wrote it. And Dave is Dave. I love Dave.
She actually reminds me a lot of me at that age.
Finally, there's a lot you can learn from it.
We just want people to talk. We want people to communicate. We want people to be themselves.
Like if these characters were a little bit better at communicating, things might not have gone as far.
Allie, this has gone way too far.
I know. I don't know what to do anymore.
Think about who you used to be compared to who you are now and reflect on if you're happy about who you are now. I think if the answer to that question is no, like it's not too late to pivot and get back on a path that will make you happy.
I still think about what would have happened if you hadn't left all those years ago.
To see more of our interview with the cast and director, check out the guest list on our YouTube channel, The List Show TV.
I hope that people,
They break up.
No.
They want everybody to break up.
We're putting Somebody I Used to Know on your watch list.
Christine, it was so much fun talking with them. They had a really strong relationship.
Oh, well, you know, a great way to get strong, the gym, but one for your mental health. Last on our list is next. Hey guys, welcome back. It's time for what's last on our list. And Jimmy, have you ever worked out at a gym?
KG, isn't it obvious? Come on.
Okay, no, but just like you can exercise to strengthen and build your muscles, and you really should look into that. Maybe you can also work out your brain to strengthen your mental health and build your emotional resiliency.
Yes, this is from BBC.com, a place to exercise your brain, introducing mental health gyms. And I'm so proud they featured the mental health gym Inception in the Detroit area for my always innovative and influential hometown.
Very cool. Well, just like you'd go do a circuit, for instance, in a traditional gym, this gym offers circuits too. For instance, the Inner Reset Brain Body Balance Circuit, which features Magnosphere, which is a magnetic resonance therapy system. Then you go to brain training and then flotation therapy.
Okay, and the Inner Flow Detox Circuit has stops in the infrared sauna, then some salt therapy, then you put on the lymphatic suit.
Very cool. And guys, just like trips to a gym for your body don't replace the need for medical care, trips to these kinds of gyms should not take the place of professional mental health care either.
And right, Inception's not the only mental health gym. This is a trend that's trending up. So if you want to do some brain squats or emotional crunches, fire up the Google machine. You might be able to find a place near you.
Well, Jimmy, I do notice you've been less stressed.
Well, yeah, I've been working out.
Very cool. And that's what's last on our list. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Tomorrow on the list, the ancient remedy for modern aches and pains.
It was originally intended for reducing fevers, getting rid of pain.
And meet the mechanic taking over social media.
I got my job at Sears Auto Center and I was trained by this incredible woman.
Plus, how to prevent indoor allergies.
Just because we can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't matter.
Tomorrow on the list.